Welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast.
Kevin's eyes look insane, but he's got new hair. Virginia is a witch, and she farts in her chair. Jason is a spaz who's got an old man's ass. Welcome to the After the Show podcast.
Yeah, hello, and welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast. Happy Friday. Weekend is here. Let's get it going.
Ow!
Oh, yeah, baby. Exciting stuff going on. I know you guys have got the chili cook-off going on tomorrow. You guys were cooking all day yesterday.
We are. I'm texting Tyler Cameron right now to tell him to look for the Milli Vanilli chili when he votes.
Okay, thank you for that name drop.
I'm not above a bribe.
He's trying to bribe judges. There's no way I don't get my ass kicked out there.
Whatever. We have security. No one's touching you. They'll get their neck broke.
Okay, all right. Wow.
Jerry Soma would snap somebody in half, so I dare you to step.
Okay.
She is coming out to play, my friend.
She's spicy.
She's real
I
spicy.
mean, if the chili is nearly as hot as she's coming in, then look out, baby.
Yes.
kind of scared.
No.
Yeah, you should be.
You're on my team.
No, just kind of scared of the meetings off to being on Monday.
That's valid.
It's going to be some fun stuff to check out. That is going to be going down this weekend. Hopefully, lovely weather for everything. It looks like it's going to be nice. So it'd be kind
Yeah,
of cool.
we're pumped. We're excited. We're gonna have fun out there.
It's gonna be a party. So if you're like on the fence, I don't know if I want to go or not, just come. It's $30. Buy your ticket right now. Because it might sell out. It's $35 at the door, so it goes up. So you'll save money in advance, and you don't risk selling out. And we're just going to turn it up. We're going to have a whole KVJ area. We're going to have our own music. We're going to have our own vibe. We're going to have our own chili. We're going to have meatless and meat choices. So no matter what you like, there'll be something for everybody.
So, and I just by talking with you during the morning show, I added something on the back of our shirt now.
Yes.
So it's in the works. It's
Oh,
gonna,
I know what you did.
It's gonna say "fuck them judges."
Oh, that's great.
Because didn't she go on this big rant about the judges on the air? So I don't care about
She's popped off a bit.
You've been talking some shit on the microphone.
You just meet me.
But I mean, you are talking a gang of shit, and we're going into their territory.
I'm not scared of nobody.
I have to be so on my game
We're
tomorrow.
coming in like 20 people deep.
I know we have a crew, Kev.
We have
Okay,
a crew.
that's good.
So, look, don't start no shit, won't be no shit. But if somebody would like to start some shit, I'm here for that too.
I don't think anyone's coming after us.
I know. I don't know.
get
She's
it.
coming in so aggressive.
The lady that runs the judges legitimately hates me.
So this is more of a feud between
I
Virginia
think so.
and the head of
I
the
feel like
judge.
this is kind of what it is, and somehow you brought in the chili, and then she saw her plan to mark revenge, and you're a pawn in this game, Bird.
Kevin, all my chili was a fucking small segment in the 6 o'clock hour. In my
Now
head.
you're doing a chili
And then
cook-off.
Right.
within 2 minutes of the I'm not kidding you. We went to commercial break, and all of a sudden, on Monday,
Yeah.
we're in the chili cook-off.
Well, it's starting to make
We're about
sense
to
now.
do it. Fuck the
because
judges.
Virginia's got a personal war with the woman who puts together the judges, and so this is her way in. She's going to go in there and try to tap dance all over her face.
And something happened the year I wasn't there with this judge, and she keeps telling everybody, we got a little froggy, we got a little squirrely maybe.
What
I'm
did
like,
you do, Bird?
I'm like, I wasn't even there.
You're guilty by association.
So I'm in this whole fucking drama now.
Look, just know that we didn't do really anything. What we did was
Just no way.
we showed up
Yeah?
having
Okay.
too much fun, giggling,
What is-
laughing. I showed up with my cute friend Franny. She had her tits out and looked cute. And this lady's
For
a
real
hater.
out, or like just
Not
you
for
mean?
real out, but you know,
It's a valid question,
Yeah.
Kevin.
a considerable amount of cleavage was out.
Because if somebody doesn't know who Franny is and they don't know the situation, you just say, she had her tits out. They're going to
Well,
go, so her friend had her tits out.
Not her full tit was out, but she looked cute and adorable, and we were laughing, we were getting drunk, we were having fun, we were getting loud.
Okay, so you're drunk and loud.
And the lady that runs the judges and several of the judges didn't like it.
Why? What did she say something to you?
No, she just told the guy that runs the whole thing, we can't have them back as judges. They're just too much.
Okay. You were not holding together the code of what the Tequesta Chili Cook-Off is supposed to be about.
I guess if you're a judge, you're supposed to be more reserved.
You can't be silly when you judge that chili.
You can't. And that's why I'm not a judge anymore, because I like to be silly.
Okay.
I like to have fun. I like to get turned. I love to be stupid.
I would love a feisty judge like that, especially when we're talking about.
Not this woman. She don't like my act, which is fine. I'm not for everybody.
Okay. Hey, you should wear that on a shirt.
Well, there's this.
I'm
thing,
not for everybody.
There's this thing going around with all the judges and their faces are on it, and we're going through it like, it's like, nah, they fucking hate me. Nah, I'm like, dog. 80% of the judges table fucking hate our ass.
Tyler Cameron loves us.
We have one.
Oh, yeah.
One person on our side.
That's a 1 out of 10.
I told you, 9 out of 10 judges don't like me.
And there's one judge I played baseball with down in Broward, so we may have.
Okay.
We may have him.
Got
Oh, that's
two?
the
Okay.
good-looking guy? Okay, we got him, too.
You got him until he sees Virginia coming in hot.
Yeah, no.
And then he may be like, yeah, you know what? Sorry.
So he's like, he goes, this is the fucking Tequesta Chili Cook-Off. This shit means something. I'm not going to waste my vote on you clowns.
Is there any kind of prize that you get if you win it, or is it just bragging rights?
Cash
Okay.
prizes for all categories. So
All right.
it's
How much are we
only-
talking?
I think it's only first place that wins cash, but there's a judges award, and then there's also the People's Choice Award.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're just happy to be in it, honestly. We've never done a chili cook-off. We've never competed on this level. If we just have a good showing, I'm going to be happy. We're not expecting to win. You've got like firefighter houses that they bring their whole
yeah.
hot crew of firefighters that are
Right.
coming out that do this all the time, that know what they're doing. Like, they'll probably win.
Yeah, people take this shit seriously.
Very.
Any of these contests where you're making your own stuff. So Bad News Bears goes into town and hey, we make chili. I don't know if it's going to be welcome with everybody. 'Cause it's not just we're all going to have fun. They want to fucking win.
It's our charm. We're the Bad News Bears.
Okay. You coming in with that attitude.
Yeah.
I like it. I like the spunk.
Me too. Why be mild when you can be spicy?
Well, I just think it's funny that Virginia has a feud with the head of the judges.
Right, and this is probably the real reason why you're in this thing.
I didn't start this, so she's the one that told everybody she had a problem with me. I was just being fun and cute and drunk, and she didn't like it.
Okay. Did she think you were being cute?
Probably not.
Okay.
But you know what? You can't say Franny wasn't cute. That's what she had a problem with us being flirty and cute. And I know her type. I see women like her all the time.
Yeah.
I deal with them. I can spot them a mile away. Haters gonna hate.
It's
Okay.
not. That's not.
I don't. You know what's so funny? I don't know what she
Okay.
looks like. I forgot her face. That's how. If she walks up to me, I'm not going to even know it's her. Honestly, I don't know what she looks like. I just know she doesn't
Why
like me.
is it you don't know what she looks like?
Because it's been years since I've seen her.
I'm just wondering if she blacked out. Because there are some people I don't remember either. But
Dude, if she walked up to me and she was sweet, I would not know it was her.
Would you be mad if I went there, you saw me over there trying to, bridge the gap, mend these broken fences? I was over there charming her, getting us back in, good standing. Am I going to get my head bitten off for that?
Look, you do whatever your little kumbaya needs to do to get through the day. If you want to go do that, I don't care. But don't go against the family.
okay.
Yeah.
One person want to know, is the chili cook-off a blind taste test where they don't know who made the batch, or is a name associated with everyone?
So for the judges, it should only be a number you get, and then
Yep.
you write down the number.
Yeah,
you
that's
should
only
not
fair.
know.
Yeah, when I do the rib judging, it's always just a number.
Now,
Right.
the popularity contest, I think,
They'll know.
is going to be different because I don't see how you would be able to hide that.
The number of our chili team is not the number that they say to the judges when they go up there and they give them our chili. It's supposed to be blind. But people talk.
Well, that's the shit. This is what I'm scared of. These serious fuckers who do take it.
Right.
they think we're trying to sway the judges. But, I mean, only they need to know the judges don't like us, right? So, I mean,
If anything, the majority of the judges would want to vote against our chili because of my lippiness.
Yeah.
So you don't got nothing to worry about.
Can't wait to see how it goes down.
Kevin is so fucking pumped. He's got nothing to do.
You should come out, Kevin.
Kevin's the voice piece. He promotes it.
I have an obligation already. I'm meeting up with somebody on Saturday. So,
Quick,
buddy of mine's flying into town.
Think of a name. Make it up. Bert. Bert. Oh, Bert's coming to town.
Yeah, Bert's coming to Lauderdale.
Bert Show Bert?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, I'm going to meet up with him on Saturday.
That'll
so.
be fun.
Yeah, I don't get to see him very often, so. So yeah, we're gonna hang out in Lauderdale on Saturday.
Well, you tell Bert if he wants to get turned.
Bert would probably not really enjoy this.
Neither would the Kevin.
Yeah.
They don't want none of this. This is too hot. This is too much
Yeah.
heat around this.
It's spicy like chili, baby.
Corinne said, "Why don't you bring him?" No, he's staying at a nice place on the ocean in Lauderdale, so I'm sure he's not going to want to drive. How long is Lauderdale to Tequesta?
That's about an hour 20.
Oh,
Yeah.
and Bert doesn't want to fly into Lauderdale and then drive
And
to the
then
Tequesta
drive
Chili
90
Cook-Off
minutes north. Yeah.
and hang out with two people he doesn't really know at all.
Yeah.
He knows me, Dick.
Yeah.
I was talking about me and my split personality.
Oh, boy. Lots of stuff here people got to say today. Thank you for the feedback in the emails. Mail at kvjshow.com. Kiko said, on the draft today for the best TV shows from the 2000s, I cannot believe that you did not include the 4 best shows: Lost, Friends, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and True Blood. This lineup would beat any of the ones that you guys had.
I totally disagree.
I totally disagree, too. Look, I think Friends is a powerhouse. I don't like it. True Blood lost me when they started doing shape-shifting. And I never watched a single episode of Buffy. I don't get it. I don't like it. Whatever.
Yeah.
Lost, I think, some people had a problem with the way it ended. I think I would like
I
Lost.
stopped
but
watching the show because it got too confusing and stupid.
You've
I
been my
didn't
main
like it.
reason why I've
Yeah.
not watched Lost, because you talk so much shit about how terrible it ended.
Well, some people have defended it, and honestly, I kind of lost. I don't think I followed the whole thing. They really did lose me, and I'm not sure I even made it to the end. But I gave it a whole season. It was just god awful. I have no desire to go back and try to correct my ways.
I wonder if I would like Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I've never delved into that world.
You might
It could
like
be.
it.
It could be.
Or is that teen vampire drama shit?
It might be that. And the people I know that really love it, they were teenage girls when it was out. Yeah. Remember, like our old producer Heather. It's now with Paul. She loved that show. And so, but I think she grew up with it. She was a teenage girl when it was on. But yeah, she defends it. And whoever wrote it, she loves him. But so it's definitely got an audience. I just don't know that it's a mass appeal. That's why I wouldn't draft it.
I like vampire stuff. Vampire stuff is fun. True Blood started off awesome.
I've heard that too.
Yes.
Yeah, we had the conversation this week about a series that didn't have a bad episode, and yeah, the ones that she's naming, with Lost definitely. With True Blood, I know you guys had said that it fell off a little bit.
But we
Friends
loved
fell off
Law.
for
We
me.
loved True Blood in the beginning. Suck it.
Yeah, but not one that held up. So yeah, I don't know that would be. We got a couple. There's a couple good rounds in there that people drafted out. It'll be interesting to see who wins coming up on Monday.
We know definitely who's not going to win this one.
Denny's.
Sweet Denny's really shit the bed.
You don't think Malcolm in the Middle and Futurama is going to carry it?
I'm not talking shit about Futurama. Malcolm in the Middle is really going to bring down his numbers.
Okay, I'll talk shit about Futurama. I'm sure it's a good show, but again, I think it's a niche.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna win the masses.
We love the man. We hate the list.
Craig had said, research is showing that the frontal lobe of the brain is not fully developed until the age of 24 or 25 years.
That's true.
Old.
For men, it's even longer.
He said, so there is no way a 13 to 16-year-old can handle the 24-hour comparative presence on social media. I would ban it until the age of 18 to allow kids to be kids. Let this be another rite of passage to adulthood. Yeah, I feel... because we got into it today, Australia is going to be banning at 16 and under.
Good for
in
them.
Their country.
They're smart.
Yeah, we're talking about that TikTok ban is going to be here in 2 months in the U.S., and we'll see how that shapes up and how that looks. But, Yeah, something has to be done. I think it really is just, you got to sit down because there's not an easy fix. Collectively, I think there are a lot of arguments into it. But, yeah, I'm hoping that these companies really reform themselves and say, okay, we've tried to fix a lot of the complaints that you have. Because, look, I'm all for it. I think that the platforms have massive potential to be fantastic and can be such a vehicle for good in our society. But it's obviously not there yet.
What's the date that the TikTok's supposed to go away?
It's in January at some point, maybe January 19th.
When does the new president get signed in or smoked in, or how do they get
Smoked in? That's the Pope. Right? When they name a new pope? Is that what you're talking about?
Smoked in, that's also Denny's.
They put like smoke up in the air.
It's Denny's when he comes to my house.
They don't do that with the president.
Sworn in. That's what it is.
Sworn in, yeah, not smoked in.
Sorry.
I never knew it was called smoked in.
Yeah.
No, I don't know if that is technically called smoked
For
in.
Catholic Church?
It's a doobie.
But is she wrong on a couple?
Yeah, she's wrong on pretty much everything she just said. Like, that was just a shitstorm of, it was a diarrhea. Yeah, just a lot of shit just came out right there.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I'm over here making people laugh.
Yeah. They do use smoke to, let you know when they've named a new pope. So you
Smoke
can
goes in the air.
Yeah, smoke like
Above
white
the
smoke
Vatican.
comes. Yeah, above the Vatican.
Yeah, but they're not. We're smoking the Pope now.
Yeah, he's not in there like hitting a doob and being like,
You don't know.
I would hope not. Just, Yeah, the potential ban on TikTok in the U.S. is set to take effect on January 19th. And the president, I believe, is sworn in on the 20th.
What? The day after?
A lot of changes coming up.
Yeah, January 20th. So the
Jan.
day after, yeah. So
Wow.
Trump will be the president again the day after the ban is supposed to take effect.
That is interesting
And
to
I
me.
think it's January 6th when they certify the vote. So a lot of dates in there. I probably blew a few, but that's what I thought.
No, you'll hear about it.
I know. Yeah. So Eric, he said, restricting social media is looked upon as censorship. So I'm not sure it's going to be as simple as to just change it as it is in other countries. People really seem to like their First Amendment in this country. Yeah, no doubt about it. And that's where you got to take everything into consideration. And, they're finding some things where they are tagging, for instance, posts now with things saying, just to let you know that if you do a deeper dive, this is the popular belief and this seems to be the reigning truth. So,
but is it censorship if it's for the people under 18? If you're trying to say it's a health issue, a mental health issue, is that considered censorship?
It's one of the arguments that they've used, that just because you are of a certain age doesn't mean that you still don't have your rights to free speech and you can't communicate and let your voices be heard. And so, yeah, that has been one of the arguments used against it. And so that's why I think that probably is, you're making the stew of the perfect concoction here to find the right answer for everyone, or at least the most people. I think you do have to, take the kids are always, don't you remember as a kid, you're like, they never listen to me. And
but there's a reason.
Voices need to be heard.
There's reasons why we don't let, a 5-year-old do certain things, because they're not, you have to be the adult, and you have to, make sure, we're talking about little kids watching or being involved in very adult stuff that's changing their mental health. So somebody out there thinks it's a mental health crisis for changes to be implemented like this. So I wonder, is that considered censorship if it's about your health?
What I think, there's going to be a radical difference in what they're talking about, is because 13 was the age they were throwing out. So in the U.S., it's the teenager voice that they want to be able to be heard on some issues. And so it would be censoring their voices to do that. Yeah, a 5-year-old, I don't think that anybody's necessarily too worried about, what they think. But
because the whole thing is about kids, not the adults. No one's trying to censor what adults watch.
Yeah.
People are just saying they're looking at it, in my opinion, it sounds like they're treating this almost like a drug. Because they're seeing it changing people, so now people are getting involved, saying that we have a crisis happening here.
Well, they've found that the companies looking at their own internal memos, they are brain hacking kids, and they are looking at how the brain works, and they're putting in little devices inside of their platforms to keep people on their platform longer.
So if they prove that and they prove it's harming and then they take that away, I don't know if that's necessarily censorship.
That's why, there are a lot of people who are all for it. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see where this goes. Because, look, I don't think they're even close to a good solution right now. And I don't know if anybody's really even talking about this. But it's going to go down. The more I see it, I really think it's going to happen. I never thought they would get rid of it, but I think it is going to happen.
I don't think it's going to go away. I think ByteDance is going to sell TikTok to an American company. And then that American company is going to pledge to make changes. And then there's going to be money exchanged. And it's not going away.
ByteDance owned by China?
Yep.
Well, here's the thing. My whole thing is that they know it's a powerful thing, and it's an advantage to own that. Would you sell that? Because, I mean, you're the one that owns it at that point.
The American part of it they could sell and keep their Chinese part.
Yeah, they're doubling down on it, saying they're not going to do that, but they're gonna hit a wall on January 19th if things don't change.
It's such a powerhouse of money. I can't imagine just walking away from that.
Yeah, ByteDance #1 biggest business, right? I had that just about a week or so ago in the world. Yeah,
you did.
Globally. Yeah.
So just dig their heels in. They're going to walk away from all that domestic U.S. money. I just don't see it happen.
I think it's a game of chicken right now. We'll see who balks first.
I can see them not selling as well, though, because that's a lot of power to own.
But they're not going to have it. So you sell the American rights to an American company, and then you get all that money, or you have nothing just for spite.
I guess I don't understand it then.
Yeah, they may try to make some concessions and change some things inside the app so that they don't have to give it up. But especially with Trump coming in and the way he has been more hard-edged against China, it'll be interesting to see because he may not waffle on that. Guess we'll see.
Yeah, we will.
Jill, the weed witch. She's talking a little bit about the election. I think a lot of people have to come to terms with it. Some people are very happy. Some people are disappointed. But, everybody's still trying to process their feelings from it. She said, the only thing you can do is really accept the results. The amendments were very disappointing. But, you also have to accept those results. She works on a weed farm. We really tried. But, until things change, I'm going to still have a job with the cartel, and it's not going to stop me from smoking weed in restaurants, hotboxing kids in a public park, or working for the cartel. Yes.
Look at her. I like the spin, Mama.
That's good. I like your sense of humor.
Sometimes you got to laugh.
We love our weed witches. They are so awesome. They come to so many of our events. They're so supportive and kind.
Absolutely. And another Virginia here, interesting thought because she voted no on Amendment 3. And she said, I just got finished listening to yesterday's podcast. I want to give my feedback about it not passing. I saw the ads and I also saw Governor DeSantis speaking on it. The part that got me thinking is that Amendment 3 would legalize marijuana, meaning any adult could have and use it, but it's illegal to grow your own personal marijuana. It was going to be legal to have 100 joints, but you can't grow your own plant, not even one plant. It sounds like a greedy monopoly to me. Plus, it was written that the pot companies could never be held liable for anything. That's just not right. Where's the protection for the people? Big Pharma has that protection, and look at the shit that goes down in that arena. I find it hard to believe that you can actually say that pot smokers would be cool and things like smoking in a restaurant or a kid's park wouldn't happen, that most people would be cool. I voted no because I listen to your whacked out news every day. You guys tell the story about the most effed up people making the worst decisions. Throw legalized marijuana in there, and unfortunately, a-holes will have legal bandwidth to take a-holing to the next level. I agree there's a large population of weed smokers that are respectful of others and know how to handle themselves, but the percentage of entitled a-holes would ruin it for the rest.
Well, then, if that's your perspective, you would have to do that with everything on the planet, with alcohol, because there's going to be people that, are a-holes on alcohol. You're not going to stop a-holes, whether
a-holes being an a-hole.
A-hole being an a-hole.
Yeah.
You're not going to stop that, whether there's a law there or not.
Now, I will tell you that I wouldn't say that there was everything that I loved on the big amendments, Amendment 3 and Amendment 4. There were some things that gave me a bit of a pause. And I was there where Virginia was. And I heard somebody, and I heard an argument for it saying, you know what, look, when you get it legalized, then they can start shaping, molding, but it's a step by step. You're not going to have the amendment perfectly written for you to vote on. You vote on it, you get it passed, and then you start chiseling away at it, molding it, shaping it. And so that's what convinced me and got a yes vote out of me for it. But yeah, there were some parts of it, like what she had just said in there. I was a little concerned about the big pharma aspect of it and some of those things.
Well, we ain't got shit to worry about because none of it's legal now.
Yeah, no, you're right. It not going to be happening. So, yeah, and I wanted to do, I know somebody had done a rant. I don't see the email here, but it was pretty interesting just calling for how Florida has that 60% threshold now. And if I remember, maybe it was an article I read too. I think there's a couple of Republican senators that they want to make it up to a 2/3 vote. So that would take it even higher than 60%. And they said at that point, what the hell's ever going to pass amendment-wise in the state? So nothing may ever change. And it's not as old as you would think. I'm like, when did we in the state of Florida get to that 60% threshold? I think it was maybe in the 80s, like 86 or something like that. Not as long as you would have thought. I thought maybe it's going back to the 20s or nope. Not even that long. So it'd be interesting to see. I think as long as the Republicans are in charge of Florida, and that's probably going to be the next 100 to 200 years. So
I don't think Earth will be around that long, Kevin.
yeah, probably not. But yeah, eventually maybe you'll knock that down. Yeah. So yeah, KR said I thought it was even more recent than that. Angie said yeah, maybe in 2006. Yeah, I think you're right. It was shocking to me how recent it was that they did that. And like I said, unfortunately, I had it. Don't have it in front of me right now, so I'm going off top of the dome, but it was something along that. But yeah, it's an interesting angle that we are at that 60% threshold, and it seems like they only want to make it higher, not lower. So we're going in the wrong direction there. And somebody explaining too, we'd played that clip. There, people I think are trying to process their emotions. If you were a Kamala Harris supporter and you did not get your way on that, I mean, I saw there were women shaving their heads. There were people screaming, people that are threatening to move, people threatening to just go up and start shooting people.
How that is a lot of people shaving their heads?
No, I saw 2 or 3 videos. But it's with everything. It's the fringe. Of people
course.
getting very emotional. And
there's
then, of
fringe
course,
on both sides.
Yeah,
there's
is.
Fringe
there's
Kamala,
always fringe.
there's fringe Trump.
Yeah.
And anytime you're just being wacky, you
Yeah.
lose me. I don't
Yeah.
care what side you're on. Stop being wacky.
What does the shaved head do?
Nothing.
Or other than get more
I just-
engagement on social media?
You know what? Look, I think that it's when you feel like your power is taken and you don't know what to do. You look at kids. Sometimes when you have a kid and they throw a temper they don't know how to communicate the frustrations that they have. And so that's all they have left.
But if you're shaving your head and then you're uploading to social media, I think it's performative and you're trying to get some.
Yeah,
you're
no
trying
doubt.
You're trying to get attention.
You felt
You're
like
not-
you felt like your voice was your vote and your voice wasn't heard. And so now you're like, I still have all this pent up emotion. I don't know what to do. So fuck it, shave my head.
And like, share, and subscribe.
Yeah. Right. And so, yeah, I played the clip where, there's some people, some ladies on there saying, no sex for 4 years. And somebody did send in a text to clarify that movement. I was just curious, like, is this a big movement? Is it just a few people on social media that is doing this? And they said it's not a punishment to men. It's a protection for women to avoid unwanted pregnancies. We're scared and not everyone can take birth control because it messes up hormones. I got an implant to prevent pregnancy and I've been on my period for a year because of it. But I'm trying to prevent any pregnancy, and if that means bleeding every day for the next 4 years, then so be it. So
It's not going to take off. Again, it's like the shaving thing. People are going to say they're going to do it on social media, and then in a year, you're not going to hear about it again. It's not going to be a thing. And if I'm wrong, I'll eat my words. Do I see majority of women doing this? No, I'm going to go on my gut and say no. I don't see that happening.
yeah. So it's a lot of people right now. We're in an era, and it may last for months, maybe years, of people trying to process their strong emotions from what happened in that election. Somebody has a strong opinion about porn. We were talking about that earlier. We had an email from a guy. His girl is now bringing to the bedroom and watching the Burger King drive-thru. And Christopher said porn is cheating if you are in a relationship.
Oh, my gosh.
I mean, that's going to be something you'll have to work out together as a couple. And that's different. There are some people who are very against porn. There are some people that accept that their partner does watch porn, and they don't even have anything to do with it, and they just accept it. And like in Virginia, Panda watches porn. Do you give a shit?
Not a tiny bit of shit.
Why don't you care?
Because it's his body, his choice. if I'm going to run around saying my body, my choice, then he's got the same right to do whatever he wants. And nobody should be telling anybody what they should do on their free time.
But you don't think that's stepping out of your relationship?
No.
Okay, but why?
Because it's not real. He's watching a video.
Yeah.
He's communicating if he goes on the OnlyFans with somebody he doesn't even know. Now, it does cross a line if you're watching porn of somebody you know, or you're engaging with somebody you know and they're sending you like tit pics on a text.
Absolutely.
That's different. That's not porn. That's cheating.
But there are some people definitely in a relationship that are so against porn, and they'll tell their mate, you can't watch porn if you're going to be in this relationship. And if that's something that you guys may not be, you guys may not jive together.
Absolutely. Yeah, to me, I think cheating, it depends upon which relationship you're talking about. It varies what is cheating from relationship to relationship, because it's about the boundaries that you set and establish, and you make them clear to your partner and say, hey, look, this is what's in bounds and this is what's out of bounds. And you're right. If you can't agree on those boundaries and what they are, then the relationship's doomed. Yeah, you can't stay together.
And everyone's got their different set of rules. I mean, for me, if I was with somebody and she watched porn, I wouldn't care. Now, if she was at all engaging with anybody, texting or even like an OnlyFans, and you're talking back and forth, I wouldn't be comfortable with that. I would, that would be a turnoff for me personally. But we would talk about that, and I would let her know I'm uncomfortable with that, and we would go from there. But every relationship's going to be different,
right? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, my relationship porn is not something that would be considered cheating.
Some people watch it together and they love it.
Yeah.
Some people fucking hate it. Mm-hmm. Such is life.
Fucking hate it.
Such is life, Virginia.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're watching porn all the time by yourself.
I love all this time you think I have.
Oh my gosh, there's no pain. It's so not worried. He probably wants you to watch it.
He probably would. It's just not my thing. Like, I know couples do it.
That's not for everybody. It's like anything we talk about, whether it's weed or we're talking about mushrooms yesterday. It's not for everybody. Everyone's different.
Jason said, I caught the diabetes stats and story from Kevin on the show the other day before it quickly morphed into a shroom story. LOL. Anyway, I hold diabetes and prediabetes as a serious concern for our society, particularly the type 2 diabetes. Kevin, you were correct when you stated that we are headed in the wrong direction. Yeah, the numbers are higher than they were a decade ago. The country's health system and food system needs an overhaul to start winning the battle against diabetes and prediabetes. This is going to take some time and a lot of cooperation that's far beyond the average individual's capabilities. I hold this as a passion, especially for today's youth, because there are things that one can do now to start combating this disease. First, find out if you are at risk for prediabetes. Yes, it's a thing. Currently, 33% of American adults are pre-diabetic, and the shocking part is that 80% of them don't even know it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was that. I had that.
Yeah. So, finding out and knowing, it's pretty important. And if you feel you may be pre-diabetic, contact your primary care physician and look into programming that assists with prediabetes. Health departments sometimes offer free programming to educate. Yeah, so there you go. It's good stuff. St. Lucie County also does offer the same program and may be contacted at diabetesslc@floridahealth.gov. And Charles said, if you check the back of ramen soup, it says made with bioengineered ingredients. Yeah, we got to get the crap out of our food. We really do. They need to overhaul and have stricter guidelines on the stuff that we're eating, because clearly what we're eating. And, I've kind of changed a bit on it, too, because I really think that people are messing up their gut health, and they may not be eating massive amounts and binge eating and just, being that. I think that when you mess up your hormones and all that stuff, your body doesn't remove fat. It just keeps adding it in. And you could be like, I'm low in calories and all that stuff, but I'm still turned into a fat ass. I don't like this.
Also a significant correlation between your gut and your brain. Mm-hmm. And when you put bad stuff in your gut, you change your brain.
Yeah.
And that's the thing driving the ship. You do not want to fuck with your brain.
Mm-hmm. My gut doesn't look that great right now, but I got to tell you, my brain feels on point right now. We're talking the prime.
Yeah.
Prime of my life. I feel great.
Okay. Yeah, you'd sent me the gut-brain axis. It's the two-way communication system between the central nervous system and the gastrointestinal tract. And Yeah, I don't fully understand it. I'm aware of it, but I know there are products out there. Unfortunately, I keep feeling like every time I get something or see something, it's probably a scam.
There are blockers and there are inhibitors that we're putting in our body that are affecting the way our gut speaks to our brain. And that is a very important communication. I'm going through it with Magnolia, with her food sensitivities.
Yeah.
I'm seeing it in her skin. I'm seeing it in how she's dealing with stress and how her brain is affected by her gut health. It is real. And if you're having issues, look into that. That could be your problem.
Gut health and full moon sensitivity.
It's a lot.
It's a lot to handle.
It's a lot.
There is. Christian said, hey, my family and I actually have our own garden in the back if you want to go all natural. We got passion fruits, mangoes, avocados, blackberries, cherries, chives, onions, pineapples, tomatoes. And it's not as hard as it seems as long as you stick with it and use the right neighboring plants to keep insects away.
Yeah, that's the thing.
And
'cause
chicken wire.
I have completely tried to learn about, gardening and all that, and it takes you a while to kind of understand it. And if you really love it, I think once you learn the education, it starts to become easy. But there's a lot to learn with what to plant, seasonal fucking flowers. Oh, this.
I could never do it myself because I'm not good and I don't have that kind of a green thumb. But I have a friend who is a horticulture expert, an arborist, and has a company where he does landscaping for all the stars, all the celebrities on Palm Beach. And he is really good. I am so close to having him build me a garden.
But it's one of them things where, yeah, you can do a plant here or a plant there, but if you really want to get into it, it's like anything. You have to learn a whole language of there's a lot of education.
You got to water this, you got to feed this.
Well, you can buy a bunch of cool looking shit and plant it and not do it right, and then in 3 weeks they're all dead and you spend all that money.
Yeah.
There's an education behind it, and it's very fun when you learn about it.
Yeah.
But there's a lot to learn.
Yeah. Well, probably a good way to go. I am all about endorsing natural and clean eating. And no, it definitely does make me feel better when I do.
Denny's and his wife Jen at one point I'm not sure if they have it
they had
still.
carrots, they had peppers, they had all kinds of stuff.
They took their courtyard back at the old townhouse and turned that into a whole little farm area, which I thought was so cool.
It was lovely.
And that's such a neat. You grow your own food and then you're making it and then you're eating it, and I don't know.
Special.
It's kind of magical.
It is very magical, and you know what's in it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I just wish I could figure out how to grow a pizza plant. You know what I'm saying?
No.
All right, you're right. It's Friday. It's at the end of the week. I haven't been sleeping.
Somebody took a rip. Talking about the good old stuff and the good old days. Lovely photo that we got here from Katie. Remember when she was with Due South? That was back in 2018, 6 years ago, September of that year. What a great brewery it was. Brewery is gone. So sad. One of the great times, though. The great beers that they had there, too. Citrified.
Up with those
caramel cream ale.
awful bangs. Why don't y'all tell me how bad I looked?
Because we laughed about it every day. We're like, oh, my God, look at Virginia.
I look like I'm on crack.
And the people are right. I do look. I look sickly. I'm very skinny there.
Yeah,
We can't look at a picture of ourselves without ripping it apart.
Well, you have to beat people to it.
Right.
That we're conditioned to.
We're broken.
You have to rip yourself before someone else gets to it first.
Got a birthday shout out to Kalamati. Birthday on Sunday. Celebrating with my family, having a good time. Going to be going on a cruise. My daughter Angelisa wanted me to say, it's my birthday.
Yay.
Very nice. I'm so loved by so many, especially my daughters Amelia, Angelisa, my son, and two, or maybe Andrew. Maybe it's a typo. My granddaughter Aaliyah. Very nice. That's amazing. Going on a cruise with your family like that.
That's a beautiful birthday.
Yeah, that's very cool. So, very nice. You enjoy that, and everybody else, enjoy your weekend, whatever you might be doing. I cannot wait to hear this report about the Tequesta Chili Cook-Off.
You'll know if it goes south if you see a text message from me on Saturday evening-ish.
Yeah.
It's all turned fucked.
I can't wait.
Whatever. You're going to have so much fun. You're going to be talking about this thing. You're going to want to do it next year.
Oh, you think like that night he's going to be like, Virginia, where do we sign up for next year?
Yup.
I'm excited. I'm only busting some tits over here. I'm excited to get out there and meet the nice people.
Speaking of tits, Franny's coming.
All right.
Yeah, Kev, she had her tits hanging out. Like,
No.
What? That's what it sounded like.
She just looks good with the cleavage, and that's how we bring it.
Okay.
Yeah, no, yeah.
There you go. All right. Enjoy yourself. Well, we'll have a full recap coming up on the Monday KVJ show. Stay plugged into our social media over the weekend on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all going to be up there as well. You guys enjoy yourselves. We'll see you soon. Goodbye.